A series. Welcome back, more so. And well, tensions start rising rapidly as Russia claims a bunch of territories from them. And they claim this is a puppet. And they want some way of getting straight to the Mediterranean. And they believe Iran's too imperial. And while they believe Iran shouldn't be that big, they want to weaken Iran and allies. So let's see how the war goes. With Russia quickly, and I mean quickly, they quickly do the unthinkable acts. No, I'm kidding. Well, is it unthinkable? Really? They quickly invade and occupy, well, without declaring war, Dagestan and Turkestan. And once they do this, all-out war breaks out between the Russians and the Muslim League. And well, not long after the war breaks out, all of Russia's puppets and allies are brought into the war, including Poland, Slovakia, Czechia, Germany, Hungary, Serbia, Bulgaria, Albania, and it's probably 2010s right now. So I'm just having fun invading every country. But, it's not a big deal. I mean, I guess this could be the second last part of this season. You go to season 2, it's going to be the 2000s. And I could do alternate future of the world of KaiserOst. Could be season 2. And well, Russia's allies started invasions. With Russia having been ready, they started invading into the north of Kazakhstan. And this is the western part of Kazakhstan. And they quickly move into Azerbaijan, finally meeting up with Iran's area. With Stanistan starting to lose in the north, as it loses its capital, and Russia starts occupying more and more territory, Iranian troops push the Russians back in the south, and they push them back over here. With Russia diving into this area so they can quickly move there. And well, Xinjiang quickly falls. With India joining the purple team. Why the purple team, you may be wondering? Well, because they're not directly joining Russia. And so what they do, their goal is just to occupy and take back Pakistan. Why? Because they lost it earlier when they had the Civil War in this series. So they're trying to bring it back. And well, they occupied there. As you can tell, Russia's invasion in the north is going pretty well. With Iran starting to have trouble, but not much, they still push back. Even push back into Xinjiang and push back India's fake invasion. No, I'm kidding. They can't push them back for some reason. As well, Afghanistan is not even standing on its own legs anymore. It's really hard to fight up in this area. This front ends up falling back. With Pakistan finally collapsing, well, not to them, but to India. So India decides to create a zone of occupation in Iran and in Afghanistan. Why would they do that? Well, it defends their territories better. Their newly occupied territories. Now, some countries might not be happy about it. With this Libya, with East Libya joining Russia's side. And their goal is to take back Libya, with them invading the coast. And then they invade the central area, with Libya surrendering to them. And they make a minor occupation zone into Egypt. With Russia managing the land in northern Turkey, they managed to occupy territories and move here, which gives them access to open waters. With Iran not too pleased about this, so they try to kick them out, but Iran manages to only kick them to there. And well, in this part of the front, not going so good for Russia. But Iran is actually failing to make counteroffensives right now. And well, nobody can invade Afghanistan. So Russia does this. Well, a Sudanese revolution breaks out. The idea of creating Sudan. Quickly, it takes these territories, occupying most of Sudan, or the Sudanian area of this Egyptian empire. Within the south, they started having troubles, but these rebels can only really do this much before they're realistically unable to do much more. Iran starts losing in this front, and while some of the areas they occupy, one of the nations in it wants back, which is these areas. So while a Turkish civil war, which was inevitable, breaks out, they offer Russia small concessions for support in their newfound independence. And they quickly decide to annex Cyprus. Their goal is to gain out of this. And Iran's in trouble, as Iran is still launching counteroffensives across the front, but it's not successful enough. With Russia moving troops into Turkey to help with getting to the Egyptian front, Egypt basically surrenders as they walk in the capital. But this allows some of their troops to get down to this part of the front and start pushing them back. With them unable to move any further because of problems in the front line, and Tehran is almost encircled, and a Saudi revolution in Iraq, much of a threat Russia truly poses, and support's being sent to Iran's side by the World Defense Organization and Britain's and France's alliance. But looking for a better defender, this country leaves its alliance, right? And decides this country is probably less accurate than what it actually is, which is a free zone. Or Istanbul, we could call this country. Decides to side up with the Americans, because I believe it's better defense. With many Arabs deciding to revolt against their control in Iran. With many countries trying to get a peace treaty signed. With what's left of the Saudi puppet surrenders, Iran does Afghanistan, as Iran's north is invaded and west. They start moving into Iran's key territory, but a big counteroffensive is made by Iran, pushing them almost as far back as the border. But the problem with this is that they're open on one area, which is this front. So they encircle Tehran and take it, and then they quickly take this. With Iran surrendering, hoping not to become a puppet, but knowing they'll lose lots of territories, they just give up. So let's see the peace treaty. Annexing Pakistan, parts of Iran, and parts of Afghanistan. With Iran losing lands to Russia, Turkey, Iraq was created. Saudi, Israel, so they decided to change it up. And, Egypt. And all these nations are, puppets. And with Russian expansion, they are now more powerful. And they even got Turkey to be their ally now. Now that's great. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until the next video. Bye, guys!